What in God's name is going on in here?
52.
We doing this?
All right,
We're doing it, man. We're doing it. Where we at?
Episode 30.
Episode 30, man. This Halloween time we're going, man.
We're on the road. We're on the road.
Hey, we took it on the road.
This show on the road.
Hey, we're on location at Tejas Chocolate and Barbecue, man. We're over here with Scott and Austin. Thank you guys for having us, Scott.
Yeah, it's good to see you, man.
Yes,
Thanks
sir.
for being here.
It's been a long time since we've seen you guys.
Yeah, it's too long.
Y'all have a hell of a place here.
Thank you.
This is
Y'all have
amazing.
a hell of a place.
This is
this
the episode I've been waiting for. I'll retire after this episode. If this is the last one, it won't be. But if it was, I'd be okay.
Yeah, man. So I met these two fine gentlemen here. I met these guys when I'm at my local watering hole that I work at. I work there at this local watering hole. It's a fancy craft watering hole place. And I met these guys a while back, and we talked barbecue, we talked some chocolate, we talked some stuff with the gentleman that owns our watering hole over there in Conroe, Texas. But so now we're doing our own thing here with the 52 here, and we had to get these guys on because this is amazing to me. I'm glad to be here. We're honored to be here, and you guys make time for us. This is awesome, man.
Yeah,
this is gonna be a good time. We're gonna talk a little shit. We're gonna have a good time and talk a little Halloween.
We definitely and just before we get into the meat of the podcast, we definitely feel very fortunate that you guys would have us out and let us set all the stuff up and
get in the way,
hang out with you guys.
Kind of get in the way
man.
and shit.
Well, we caught it on a good night.
Yeah, it's good.
Our time of year now.
The weather's beautiful. We're outside. When this video comes out, when this episode comes out, you'll see we're outside on the porch out here in Tomball over here.
If you're listening, you're gonna hear some order numbers called out.
That's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay, man.
Some cars pass by. We're outside.
We're outside, man. It's good, but the weather's perfect for it, man. It's football weather. We're gonna do this, man. So let's hop on in, man, and let's just start getting at it, man. And reason why I wanted to do this episode here on location was because I watched the Trending Fear episode, and you guys do barbecue, the best barbecue in Texas, and the best chocolate in Texas. But we want to talk to you guys about a little bit of the paranormal stuff there.
Yeah.
So I know you guys had a guy that used to traipse around here called Travis.
He's still here.
Travis still hanging out?
He still hangs out.
He's still causing a little ruckus with the boxes and whatnot and all that good shit.
Yep. And this is here lately. It's the girls down in the to-go area. Okay. In the restroom.
Yeah. Oh, no shit.
Yeah, he spooks him up in the restroom every once in a while.
He turned into a pervert, huh?
That's a pervert.
Hey, before he was just
he's a ladies' man.
No, it's okay. I'm okay with that. That's all. I'm all right.
Travis, he
you gotta watch me to get that movie.
He comes up and says, "Boo, boo, boo."
Yeah.
Hey,
you gotta watch you get that Me Too to get canceled.
He's working.
Travis. Don't cancel Travis.
He'll be the first ghost to get canceled.
He'll get canceled, man. Me Too. They'll give him the Me Too, man.
I don't know about his game. If you got to die to get it, that ain't so good.
Whatever it takes, man.
Yeah.
But no, I was watching that thing on I forget what app it was on that I watched it on, but I was checking it out, and it was interesting, man. Those folks are interesting. They do, it's like what are they, ghost hunters or whatnot. I mean, it's that kind of vibe, that kind of thing, and it was really new. It was interesting, and I watched it all, and it was just like, man, that's in my backyard, man. So I was like, man, I want to go hang out and talk to these guys here, and so yeah, Travis was one of the things, and then the other thing that came up during that episode was what was it, Rufus, the train tracks here.
Rufus has left the building. We know that.
Okay, he's gone.
He's gone.
Rufus is gone. Okay, that was cool. And that was a good episode, man. I thought that was very interesting, the whole episode. And we didn't get a chance to, but we didn't go upstairs. Upstairs where it was creepy.
Okay.
The upstairs up the stairs there.
Okay.
The in the attic there, it got a little it got a little hairy. It got a little hairy.
We're glossing over this Travis thing. For anybody that doesn't know, myself included, what is this Travis?
tell us a little bit about your history with
Travis.
this building and
this building is the oldest building in Tomball, originally built in 1907.
There you go.
So it's been here forever as a private residence up until the time that the company that bought it right before we signed a lease with them to turn it into the restaurant. So it was always a home. Travis, there's a lot of other businesses on his street, most notably the Beauty Academy on the other end.
Right on.
They have a lot of experiences with him. I hear stories about girls walking in the morning and open up the door, and all the hairbrushes and the combs are stuck to the wall, and they fall down as they open the door.
Hey, what? I like it.
That's
I
wild.
like it.
That's
man.
wild, right?
I like
So
it, man.
That's
that kind of
wild.
plays into the theory that he's a ladies' man because he hangs down at the beauty salon where all the girls are learning the
So
cosmetology.
we've got a multiple building ghost here.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's an alley ghost.
Yeah, he's hopping around, man.
He took that show on the road too.
He's hopping around, man.
Yeah,
He's on location, man. He's on location.
He's like an alley ghost.
Yeah,
So
that's cool.
Yeah.
the street that faces our to-go market is called Commerce Street,
Okay.
and it's a little wider than the other streets you'll notice, and that's the old main street for Tomball.
Yes, sir.
And all up and down. This is an old oil camp, and then in the 20s, Main Street, which is now Commerce Street, there was a bunch of brothels.
Oh,
and,
no
and
shit.
speakeasies.
Oh wow.
Oh,
Tomball was seriously a town of ill repute.
Yeah.
That's my kind of town.
Yeah, right?
That's my kind of town.
So
Sin City.
yeah.
the story goes is that Travis was working in the fields, and he was in love with a whore,
That all right.
and a guy, some rich guy, treated her bad, and it pissed off Travis, and they got in a fight, and the guy gunned down Travis.
Sounds like a country song, doesn't it?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, no, I like it.
does,
I like.
yeah,
I like the way it's going.
Garth Brooks in here.
Yeah,
on
you
this.
gotta get him in there with a
Finish it
two-tone
off.
shirt. That shirt that has the
Fair
two
enough.
colors.
That
in it,
brush
yeah.
popper.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he died a lover.
Okay,
So
hey,
that's a theory anyway.
So what? And forgive my ignorance here. Was this an actual guy, or is this just a name somebody like attributed to him, or what?
nobody really knows that for sure, whether
Okay.
they can connect him to an actual
Right.
person.
But everybody knows him as Travis.
Everybody knows him as Travis.
Apparently, the whole it's just the kind of a thing that's around.
Wow.
Yeah.
We
Look
may
at
not
that,
we
huh?
may not have walked it all the way back to the beginnings, because some of these people have been in business here for
Yeah.
50 years
That's
Wow.
amazing. That's
and
amazing.
generations, so there's a lot of history with that. And then, and he, like I said, Travis mostly likes to pick on the girls around here.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I've come in and heard the wine bottles clanking,
That's cool. That's all.
and there's
Hey,
nobody
like it.
here.
I
You
like
know,
I like that.
Oh, wow.
That's good
Hey.
stuff, man.
So here at Tejas Barbecue, obviously you guys are here 24 hours a day. You're cooking late at night.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
are these things that sometimes happen in these wee hours, or have you seen something right in the middle of a busy day? Here?
Mostly it's in the hours before or after we close.
Okay.
Like we're
Okay.
winding down our day.
Yeah.
They'll close to go area down there a little bit earlier than we close up here, and they're cleaning up, getting ready done. And Natalie, you'll hear her yell. She might outburst like, "Travis, get away from me!" And she just feels his presence.
That's
and,
cool, man. I mean,
he used to mess with me a lot in the early days here. I was by myself here in the morning a lot.
Yeah.
And I would be running the smoker, and I'd run upstairs to the office to get some paperwork done or get on the computer or whatever. And I would hear the back kitchen door close. It makes a very unique sound.
Yeah.
And I assumed that somebody was getting to work or somebody was delivering something. And I'd go downstairs, and be nobody there. That was a common occurrence all the time.
Jesus. Yeah. So when I was watching that special on the Tejas here, it had that there was a strong presence upstairs in the attic area. There was a strong presence there, and what was the other thing they had? They were mentioning something about shit.
Oh, he was sneaking into the bathroom and turning the toilet paper rolls the other
Yeah,
way.
the other way,
That's what it was.
so the cat can't the cat can't play with it. Yeah, so the cat can get it. I'm trying to think of that thing. That show was really good. It was really cool. It was really cool. And then the Rufus part caught me. The
Yeah.
guy they got on the train.
Now,
the
they
train
tracked-
track. Yeah, the
They
train
tracked
track.
that one back to an actual person.
Yeah, that was the actual person.
He
yeah,
was a delivery guy.
sure.
And he got killed at those train tracks
Yeah,
right over
right
there
there,
on
yeah.
Houston Street,
Mhm.
and train came and
Sure.
hit his truck and killed him.
Knocked him out, man.
And this was the only building in the area, so they said this is where he came. His spirit came here because it was the only place he could go.
Yeah, they said it was heavy. Those guys in that show were saying that the tension and you could feel the heaviness of the upstairs in the attic. And I found that fun. I found that fascinating to hear all that stuff. So that's why I said it was a no-brainer to come up here and kind of talk to you about that. And then
Well, that was all Michelle's fault. She would go up. She would show up there. She felt something presence, and she threatened
Mhm.
the spirit, like I'm with God. I'm with Christ.
Yeah.
Don't mess with me.
Yeah.
And
That's
he wouldn't, and he was wanting to be. He felt this connection, but he was apparently he was hurt that Michelle was mad at him.
oh shit.
So they had that moment at the end where Michelle got upset and cried and basically
was
let
good.
him go.
It was good, man.
And
It was a good episode.
Never,
you
never
guys
felt his
gotta check
presence
that.
again.
I need.
You gotta check that. It's called
where can we watch
Training
it?
Fear.
What you have to do is you have to go into the restroom and say Rufus 3 times into the mirror.
Yeah.
Oh,
There you
I
go,
knew
right?
it. I knew it was something like that. I knew that was.
If you look it up, it's called Training Fear. Is the show is Training Fear?
Yeah.
You check
What
it out. It's a
platform?
It was on a
Uh,
travel channel in the beginning.
travel channel.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
And if you
You
check
can
it out,
find it on
you pull it-
Amazon.
yeah, because I pulled it up real easy on
On
YouTube's
Amazon,
on the
okay.
YouTubes. I pulled it up really easy, and but it was
No,
very,
we'll check that out.
yeah, it was interesting, man, to see that. The
I'll
story
check
was
it out.
great, man. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll check it out.
Check it out.
It was a good episode. I enjoyed it, and then I saw, of course, I saw this other thing. It was called, what was that thing called? It was called, it was on the Food Channel, and they were talking about, oh shit, something about destinations or something like that. But that was it. It gave you guys a great light of showing you guys, showcasing not only the barbecue, but it showcased the chocolate, and then the
Yeah.
chocolate was more prominent in that episode that they showed you
Yeah.
guys. It was the chocolate was more prominent, which is hey, Rufus, the
There's
train.
a-
the
Oh, there
train.
he is.
There he is, dude. That
So-
train, Rufus, man. I mean, yeah, Rufus. But no, they were talking about the chocolate on that episode. I can't remember what was it. What was that episode called? What was that thing that?
We might have a cut here in a second.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a train.
That train's about to get loud.
But
There it is in the background.
Remind me when we come back from this train, I'm going to tell you a story about those that signal right there.
Dramatic pause for train.
Dramatic, yeah.
That was not bad. Not too bad.
So how long
But-
have you been here in this building?
We're actually 7 years this weekend.
Is this where you
last
began?
weekend. For the barbecue, yes.
Our barbecue.
Chocolate, we started in a little warehouse park off of Kirkendall. Just making chocolate.
So you guys did chocolate first.
yeah.
Yeah. So that was I was going to tell you.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
show I was watching. The show I was talking about. It's called something about barbecue. Something I can't remember the episode. There was the
Yeah.
show I was watching. This TV show, and they were saying that's what they said. They showcased the chocolate was. They talked about that was first and foremost, and then
That's
and then you
awesome.
said you guys
Yeah.
started doing the sausage and
Yeah.
stuff, and then but they were saying that the barbecue was kind of we need to do something else, so let's just throw some barbecue in there. And I like how y'all do that so cavalier, like, we'll make some barbecue. It'll be okay. Like the barbecue, will be, the barbecue will be
right.
okay.
Yeah, we'll just throw some barbecue
it'll
in
be
there.
fine.
It'll be fine.
Whatever. And it's like it's the best fucking barbecue in Texas,
I
man.
actually I didn't know that until right now that
Yeah.
you guys started with chocolate.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And then Johnny, of course, Johnny, we kind of make this known because we did a thing with Corkscrew a couple months ago. We did Corkscrew, and we let Corkscrew know the same thing. That Johnny, he did all 50 of the top 50
Yeah.
of the what was it, the Texas
And
Monthly.
that's how I
Monthly.
found out about
Texas
you
Monthly.
guys
Yeah.
because not the most recent list, the one prior to that.
2017.
I got a hold of that list,
Yeah.
and I liked barbecue. I used to try to cook it, and then I figured out the best way to get good barbecue is to go find somebody that cooks good barbecue instead of messing up briskets all the time.
Yeah.
So I started working my way through this list, and to be honest with you, looking through that list, I saw Tejas chocolate and barbecue. This chocolate and barbecue. What is this place?
Yeah.
And when I came here, I was blown away. And I tell people to this day, and not just for your benefit of being here on the podcast,
This is true.
I
What he's
tell
fixing to say is true.
everyone this is the best barbecue place in
Oh
Texas.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And I'll tell you why I sincerely believe that is because there's not a thing on your menu that's bad.
Yeah.
Everything's good. You can
Yeah.
tell that you put a lot of thought into
Yeah.
everything that you make. And
I'm-
where you go to Franklin Barbecue or you go to some of these spots and we're gonna hang our hat on our brisket or we're gonna do this, but
Yeah.
hey, here's some beans. Here's
yeah,
this.
Yeah, and it's afterthought kind of thing.
You just from one side of the menu to the other, everything's you
Thank
can
you.
tell that you put a lot of thought into.
We
it.
need to. I need to say this. The chili relleno sausage.
Oh God,
Yeah.
Honest to God, is life changing,
oh, it's
No, and
it's ridiculous.
It is so
it is,
good.
It is, but
and that's not even the best thing on the
No,
menu.
no, no, no,
It's
it's
just
good.
so
One of
good.
the- one of them.
Pastrami Thursday is a religious
There
experience.
you
yeah,
go.
yeah,
Okay.
for some-
All right. Yeah.
And then I
yeah.
saw we were here early. We were here kind of early.
Christy.
We were kind of here. We were here kind of early, and I
Yeah.
saw y'all. I said, I don't know if this is something that's going to happen in the future or if it's already on the list. I saw you guys messing with tamales.
Yeah.
Is that something y'all going to do, or is that
Yeah.
it's already on the list?
Oh yeah, I was made some today with the chili relleno sausage in the
Oh
tamale.
shit! Come on, man. Come on, man. Right, yeah,
That's it.
it's
All right,
over.
we're out.
Show's over.
52 podcasts.
Yeah.
See you next,
Go-
check you
so-
next time. huh?
Yeah. So is that something we're doing? Is
Yeah,
that- okay.
I'm working on it.
Okay, so it's
you know,
working
it's
on
a
it.
process for me.
Okay.
I'm using heirloom
Okay.
corn masa varieties,
Okay.
some high end
That
stuff.
is
So, yeah,
so
and that's
awesome.
and that's what I mean. I mean, everything
changing.
that he makes is going into
Yeah.
a step farther.
yeah.
I have to ask you about the pastrami brisket because
Yeah,
I've seen that in a few spots,
Mhm.
other spots. Uh, how did you start that, and what is that? What made you do that? Because you're obviously very good at it.
Yeah.
What I've had here.
It was a process. I mean, it started with my brother, really. He's the one that created the original recipe for the brine and all that. And, in the early days, we're getting going. We're like, man, we got to pump some life into the weekday lunch. And pastrami was kind of starting to emerge as a popular barbecue kind of option. So it just seemed like something we ought to try. And it was they have a few failed attempts. We made some really awful salt bomb pastrami. It was
Hey, that's an expensive
that's okay.
mistake right there.
it is, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh yeah.
well, it's really bad now. If you think
No.
about fucking up a brisket, but
Yeah.
back then it hurt. We had no money.
Yeah.
Now I got a little money. It still hurts, but yeah, but it was a process, and we refined it and tweaked it, and we've been doing it the same way now for probably 5 years.
So, does it marinate for how long?
So we
Or
do a little bit
soak,
of a
or
cheat.
what do we call it?
And I'll be honest, we do a little bit of a cheat. So we put it in a brine on Friday, and if you're here on a Friday, you'll notice. Funny story. You'll notice everybody in the restaurant wears a red shirt.
Okay.
That's because one time we were getting ready to open for service on Thursday, and Charles was he was cutting the meat in those days on the block. He said, panic. He said, I can't find a pastrami. What do you mean you can't find a pastrami? He said, I can't find it. I can't find it anywhere. And we're about 3 minutes away from opening the front door, and there's probably 30 people in line. So I'm starting to shit a brick a little bit.
Oh yeah, you're panicking a little bit. Yeah.
And so I'm digging around in there, and all of a sudden I could smell it. And I said, well, hell, it smells like pastrami. And I cut it, and it looked like a brisket. And what had happened was when our guy, Luis, made the brine, he forgot to put the pink salt in.
Oh,
It gives it that color.
yeah.
So I said, okay, Luis, when we do that on Friday, every Friday, Luis, you're going to wear a red T-shirt to remind you to put the pink salt in.
I would have fired Willie, Luis. I'd have fired him.
Yeah.
I would have fired him. But that's just
Well,
me.
congratulations. This is your last day.
Hey, you're done. No, that's great.
Yeah, but
No, that's-
the reason I didn't fire him is because Luis can trim about 75 briskets
yeah.
in a minute.
Holy
So-
shit!
Oh my God.
We got to see
He's
that
an
at some
animal.
point. We got to get footage of that. At some
Yeah.
point, we got to find time to get footage of that. That'd be
So
great.
we got that resolved, and I had to explain to people, look,
Yeah.
I know it doesn't look like pastrami,
Right.
but taste it.
It is.
Tastes like pastrami.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had some fun with it in the
That's
end.
awesome.
So anyway,
That's
we put it in
amazing.
the brine on Friday, and it's swimming through the weekend,
Mhm.
and then we usually come in on Monday, and we pull it out, and we have a power injector,
Okay.
and we inject the brine in it, and we put it back in the brine, and it comes out of the brine Wednesday morning. It gets smoked that day for Thursday.
And either way,
Oh,
this is a
oh.
week-long process.
Yeah, it's a
man.
week-long process.
It's a week-long
man.
process,
That's
and
insane.
if guys, if you're out there, you're listening to this. If you haven't had the chance, if you work on Thursdays,
Yeah.
call in sick.
Yeah.
Take off of work.
Get
Come
here-
to Tejas Barbecue
11 p.m. or 11 a.m.
Pastrami brisket.
11 a.m.
and eat this.
11 a.m.
Eat the pastrami sandwich, or get the beef rib, the pastrami beef rib. I'm telling you, when I tell you it's a religious experience,
It's
it's
something.
life changing.
It's
Yeah.
something, man.
pretty
It's
special
a
there,
hell of
I
a
have
thing.
to
It's a
admit.
hell of a thing.
Special piece of
He introduced me to it. When he introduced me, I was like, "Holy shit!" Like I said, I didn't
Yeah.
know this thing existed. I thought it was just, I never knew this existed.
Hey, so we got a lot of stuff that we've talked about off of your menu,
Mhm.
and we've all unanimously established that you don't do bad products.
No.
All of your stuff is top notch and killer. So I want to ask both of you. We'll get you in
Yeah.
here.
Awesome.
I want to ask both of you guys of the things that you have on your menu. What stands out to you the most?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
what's your product?
Yeah, for me, the sausages, I'm pretty proud of that. It's my recipe.
That's awesome.
I created it in a day, and when
hey, flex, man.
right
Flexing.
when
Flexing on that one.
me and my pitman at the time, James McFarland, who now has got his own thing going with Nomad Barbecue, I made it. I told him about the idea. We made it, put it on a smoker, and we smoked it, and then we were trying it, and we were sitting there by ourselves in the back of the kitchen, and we ate it, and we looked up at each other, and we started laughing. We're like, holy
this
shit,
is good.
that's
This is a hit. huh?
Good.
It's gonna make some money.
First pass that. So that, but I think it's for me, it's the carrot souffle.
Carrot souffle.
It's
Okay.
a side dish. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's Michelle's recipe. She made that for me the first time back when she wasn't living here yet. She was visiting from Florida,
Okay.
and I told her, I said, I'm gonna grill a steak, and she said, okay, I'm gonna make a carrot souffle, and I just kind of like, yeah, okay,
what's
Hey,
that?
whatever. Yeah, whatever.
I'm playing along because I'm trying to get laid, right? So,
Hey, that's how you do it, man.
anyway, and then when she made it, I said, holy shit! And then when we decided to open a barbecue restaurant, the carrot souffle, we were super excited about sharing.
Had
it
to
with
be
the
on the
world.
menu.
Dude,
It had to be on.
It had to be on the menu.
And when people try it for the first time, it's like universal.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never heard anybody, not one single person, ever say they didn't care for it.
No.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't get it for a while when I
Yeah.
first came here because
I haven't had
it
it
was
yet.
called a carrot souffle,
yeah,
and I just
yeah.
went, "What is that? What's that?
It's
You
a
know, I don't
vegetable.
want that. I'm getting
Yeah.
beans.
Yeah.
You know, I'm
Yeah.
getting a barbecue place." And
I don't know. I don't
And
know.
the re-
And
and
now
the
I
reason-
get it. Now I
and
get
the reason why we come, and the reason why I come here for the meat, and my wife, she the carrot souffle, that's her thing. If I come here, or if me and Johnny are coming through, or Johnny comes through, and he's like, "Hey, I'm stopping by Tejas," I say, you know,
Souffle.
buy me a thing of carrot souffle for the wife, you know, because that's
Yeah.
her favorite go-to thing. You guys are just I
I
can't.
haven't had it.
Oh, you gotta have it. Yeah,
I'll
you gotta
get
have it. You gotta have
I had the bacon coleslaw tonight. I like that a lot. But I haven't had the carrot souffle.
That's money.
Let's get Austin in here.
Austin,
What
man.
what of the menu items that you guys have? It's all banging. But what's your go-to? Like, what's something that you say this is what I gotta eat whenever I eat here?
Well, my go-to is really is our brisket and blues. With
Okay.
the blue cheese.
Blue cheese, yeah.
I see. That's where you lost me right there. You lost me on
Blue
blue
cheese.
cheese. You lost me on
Yeah.
blue cheese. No, but
No,
what,
blue cheese is actually one of my favorites. I took a stack spud the other day and took chopped pork belly with the actual cheddar cheese, and then put blue cheese in there, and then melted that together, and then mixed that on top, and it
Nice.
came out, and it was really good.
That's
But,
nice.
you know, you talk about the sausage,
Yeah.
and that's a key that you guys do that. I mean, I've been to these barbecue spots, and I always like to ask. I'll go in,
Yep.
and you know, I'll ask, "Hey,
I know you're
what can you
say
tell
that.
me about your sausage?" We get it from Cisco.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
sometimes,
All right, never mind.
Yeah.
Tell me all I need to know about your sausage.
we get it.
actually,
We get it from Chapel Hill.
but
It comes from
you know,
Chapel Hill.
Hey, but calm down.
there's a
That's not
difference.
bad.
There's a
That's a
difference
good
in
thing,
the
but it's-
spots.
yeah.
There's some spots like you guys
Yeah.
that you really there's a craft behind the sausage. More,
Mhm.
It's more than
Yes.
just
It
a
is-
staple on the menu. So
It is so good.
really
Yeah.
good.
The
It's
chili reno
intense.
sauce.
It's intense,
It is
man.
so good.
It's
Yeah.
intense. As far as the chocolate goes, because we want to hit on the chocolate as well before we move on. I want to hit on the chocolate. The chocolate. What's the biggest seller? What's the biggest? What sells the most? The chocolate. The
And I swear to God, if you just say chocolate,
I know, right?
no.
It's the truffles, you know, the
Truffles.
big
Yeah.
truffles that we have in a
Yeah.
display. The popular ones are salted caramel
Okay.
and pecan praline.
Yeah.
That hazelnut.
Right this time of year, we have one. I don't know if you saw it. They call it Monster Mash.
I think the wife got
Okay.
that.
It's
I
got
think
a
the wife
milk
may
and
have
dark,
gotten that.
marshmallow in it, and they decorate it up. It's got like bloody knives and
Nice.
broken
Is it-
hands and ugly faces, and it's a fun truffle.
Yeah.
So to get into the nostalgia part of this podcast, that's what we do. We do the nostalgia. We do the 70s, 80s, all that good stuff. We do all that time because I'm an old soul, so I like going back in the old school time. Growing up, trick or treating. What did you hate getting in your bag of candy? What did you hate getting in there, Scott?
Anything with coconut.
Anything with coconut?
Yeah, stay away from
Mounds.
coconut.
Hear that?
I didn't like that.
Almond
shit.
Joy, Mounds, throw those away, right?
Austin, what'd you hate getting in the bag there when you were trick or treating as a kid?
Honestly, I didn't have a candy that I hated.
You hate you were all
Yeah,
you were all.
never-
You were
never
all
met it.
Never met a candy I didn't love.
Yeah,
I-
yeah.
Austin was the
Exactly.
kid that had the chocolate on the side of his
Yeah.
mouth, and
Yeah. Didn't
empty
give a shit.
wrappers everywhere.
Yeah.
Just-
Hate to give a shit.
You can barely see his
what about
eyes
you?
above the pile of candy wrappers.
Oh yeah, no shit, dude.
What about you,
As for
Keith?
me, the one that I hated the most, I guess, would be the oh shit, I don't know. I hated Milky Way, Three Musketeers. I hated Three Musketeers. I hated that shit. Hated that.
You don't like nougat?
I'm with you.
Oh, I
Three
don't like that.
Musketeers,
Musketeers,
Milky Way,
I
Hey, what's
hated
wrong with y'all?
licorice.
Zeros. I hated Zeros. I hated candy corn. I hated all that shit, dude. I hated all that. I hated it.
Did you
all.
like any candy? It
No,
was,
hey,
you just listed 8 candies.
Hey, no, I'm all about Snickers and Twix and Kit Kats. That's
Hey,
my
this is
shit.
hold on. This is Keith trick or treating. Trick or treating as a
Keep
kid. Hey, it'd be they would come to the door. He would see what they're fixing to put in his bag. He'd be like, "I'm good. I'm good."
I'm all right. I'll come back. I'll come
Well,
back.
what about
keep going.
you? Couldn't even see what they were giving you through that 1970s little mask. You know that
Plastic.
plastic mask that was on your face.
When you're sweating and
So
fall.
true.
Hey,
You turn around and run into their post on their porch.
hey, the plastic glass and you're sweaty and I had glasses fogged up and shit. You couldn't see shit. I
Glasses
couldn't
are
see. I
fogged
couldn't
up
see
and
shit,
stuff.
shit.
What about you,
Well,
Johnny? What
yeah.
was the one you hated getting?
Hey, I'm with Keith. I don't like that Milky Way. I don't like
Nope.
that. I don't like
Nope.
that Three Musketeer.
No,
I don't like
that shit.
licorice. I'm out on licorice.
I
Who
don't
likes
fuck with licorice. I don't fuck with licorice.
But
Mine was Bitto honey.
That was the shit you hated.
I hated it.
Bitter, I'm not a fan of bitter honey. I'm not a fan. It gets in your shit, your teeth and shit. I don't even care for
Yeah,
that. Now,
it was a chore to eat. Like I
Now-
felt like I had to
Hey,
punch in the clock
no,
to eat
You
it.
know what? I'll tell you what I didn't like back then, but I think I'm refined now.
Okay.
When I got that special dark chocolate as a kid, I wanted
Hated
to
it.
thoo it away. It's my favorite
now-
one now.
Yeah.
now,
Because-
Yeah.
See, I'm,
But now-
I'm refined.
yeah.
I like the
Yeah.
dark.
the
Right.
fancy,
Chocolate.
fancy
Like,
palate. And on the flip side, which one was the one that you look forward to in your bag? In the trick when you when you look forward to in your bag there.
And put
Choc-
me down for a Reese's peanut butter cup.
There you go. That's it. That's it, man. Peanut butter.
We'll
That's
just
it.
take that around the block.
Yeah, yeah, that's it, man.
That's good right
That was
there.
for the
Also,
win.
what was your thing? What did you enjoy? Well, I know you liked. There was something you didn't like, but which one was your favorite?
Licorice was one I didn't like. 'Cause
Okay.
It tasted nasty.
It just
I
tastes
didn't
like shit.
that,
Yeah.
but one thing I did like was M&Ms.
That was the shit.
Yeah.
Was peanut
Yeah.
M&Ms.
Oh, that was
Oh,
the shit.
peanut
yeah.
M&Ms.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's fancy. That's
Yeah.
high dollar shit. Now
Hey.
a peanut's like what, $20 a peanut now with the inflation and whatnot
Hey,
Hey.
let me just end this conversation. What I looked forward to the most,
in that bag.
anything full sized.
Oh
yeah.
If it was a fun size,
If
no
it was
fun
a
size.
full size
there was
candy
nothing
bar.
fun about the fun size, was it?
That's so true. Anything full size, I was like, there we go. If it was a Mounds full size bar, I'd be like, I mean, Mounds ain't that bad, actually.
bad.
You know,
It's not bad, man. It's not bad. But no, that was
about you?
for me the one that I look forward to, like I said, was the Kit Kat, the Reese's peanut butter cup.
peanut
That
butter
was a
cup, yeah.
shit, man. And I'm trying to think of the other one. There was another one, and I always enjoyed when they did throw in a little what was it called? The apple, the candy apple.
Oh, candy apple.
Oh,
yeah.
dude, they do
Like
that. If they do
caramel
that,
apple or
if they
whatever.
do that
Yeah,
caramel apple with the nuts around it.
yeah, razor blades on the inside.
razor blades.
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
that drugs on the inside? Yeah, I was all. If they had drugs, I was good, man. I was good if it had drugs.
What about you, Johnny?
Man, I don't know, man. We didn't trick or treat that much. I grew up in New Waverly, grew up rural area. Trick or treating was I went by like 2 or 3 relatives' house. That was it.
Okay.
I didn't have the
Or the church
neighborhood.
trunk or treat
Yeah, I
or
didn't have the
whatever.
neighborhood. I didn't get to go around. I didn't get stranger candy.
And if it was that,
So I actually always got good candy because it was my relatives that felt sorry for me if I didn't have anywhere to go.
and if it was that uncle, if it was that
they
uncle that
gave me-
didn't
they
like
gave
you,
me
he'd
some
give you
good
some
candy.
kind of bullshit.
I got a full size Kit Kat. I was happy.
Oh, there we
Yeah,
go. Okay.
But you know, I can see.
Yeah.
Seems kind of weird just knocking on a stranger's door getting candy, but I guess you did it.
Hey, when was the cutoff? What was the age? What was the cutoff age for trick or treat? What was the cutoff age?
17.
God
No.
damn, shit, 17.
17. 17.
21?
Meanwhile,
Is it
I'm like,
21.
I'm like, I'm going in 2 weeks. I don't know what y'all are doing,
I
but
think cutoff is 11 or 12. I think
Yeah, yeah,
11 or 12 is cutoff, man.
yeah,
cut
you hit
'em
the
off, cut 'em off.
teens. You hit the teens.
Cut 'em
It's
off,
like,
man.
you
Cut 'em
know,
off. That's
you got
enough,
better
man.
stuff to do.
Yeah, we got better shit to do. Yeah.
So
Take your
did you?
siblings around, maybe.
So
I
did you
guess.
do Halloween pranks? You know, in my town, once you got older, the big pranks were
Yeah.
to do water balloon fights on Halloween night.
Okay.
So all the guys would, we'd fill up water balloons, and you just kind of knew that there was just going to be shenanigans of driving around throwing water balloons at each other and wrapping
yeah.
houses. Did anybody wrap houses?
Yeah, we just
Oh,
call
yeah.
it. We just call it paper in.
Toilet paper.
paper.
Yeah.
Paper
toilet
somebody's
paper, yeah.
house. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we used
Sure,
to
man.
set up. We had a little scarecrow kind of set up, a dummy on a curb, and we put an empty bottle of Jack Daniels there. And
Yeah.
Try to get people to pull over. And we had the string on the dummy. We yank it away, you know.
We did something similar. We
Good.
called it playing purse. We would get a purse on a rope
Yeah.
and set it out there by the road, and the car would come by and hit the brakes and come
Back
back to
up.
get this purse. We yank it out of the road before
Yeah.
they got there.
Yeah.
So they'd be like, "What?"
yeah. It was pointless.
They'd be
but
like, "Is Travis here?" What?
The Travis, man. Rufus and Travis. Rufus
that's
and
what we
Travis, man.
did.
Rufus
That's what we
and
did. We
Travis,
did
man.
stuff like that. So
Man, that's cool. Where were we at? I don't know where we're exactly where we're at. We had to go take a piss
a
and
minute
and-
ago we were talking.
pit stops.
I was asking, where this history of cooking came from, right?
Yeah.
You know, you're obviously put a lot of thought into everything that you make.
Yeah. How did this
And-
whole
and-
thing start?
Yeah. Well, it started with chocolate.
But
I-
even before that,
Yeah.
like where where were when were you like, I'm gonna make chocolate?
That started for me in about 2009 or 10. I was literally watching one of those food channel shows, and they did an episode about two brothers in New York making chocolate
Yeah.
from cocoa beans, raw
Yeah.
cocoa beans. And they were talking about different ways to roast them and different flavors from different origins. And I was like, wow, this is interesting.
Yeah.
And after that show, I was like, I realized, I don't know if I've ever had good chocolate myself. I mean, I like chocolate cake and ice cream and, milk chocolates
Sure.
and, candy and that kind of stuff. But I never professionally made dark chocolate. So I got on the Google and found some chocolate from them. And so then I discovered some other chocolate makers. One of my absolute favorites is Amano chocolate out of Utah.
Okay.
And so I bought chocolate, had sent to me, and I'm eating these chocolate bars. I'm thinking, holy shit, I had no idea that dark chocolate could be that good.
Right.
No idea. And kept searching for more, and I came across a forum about making chocolate at home.
Yeah.
And it would be a lot like, guys who started making beer.
Yeah.
Just kind of get
Yeah.
nerdy with it, right? So I realized for about $1,000 I can buy some shit and some cocoa beans and start making chocolate. And so I oven roasted my first batch of cocoa beans and did a whole process from the bean where you roast it and you crack it and you get the shell and you winnow it and put it in a stone grinder and you grind it and you make the chocolate. And I was like, wow, it's not bad. It tastes like chocolate. And so, okay, well, there's some things I can improve upon. And I was getting ready to roast my second batch and turned the oven on. And I sat there and I said, wait a fucking minute. I'm from Texas. Why wouldn't I barbecue these fucking cocoa beans?
That's
Yeah.
nice. See,
Yeah.
Smart.
So
Yeah.
Smart.
I fired up the gas grill. I got me a drum roaster and I started drum roasting cocoa beans on an open flame.
Yeah.
And that just added a little bit different dimension to the flavor of the chocolate. And after 3 or 4 batches, I could tell there was improvement on, how long to grind it and, all these different things. You got to do this process called melange and punch where you're basically,
Of course.
yeah, right.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought he was going to leave that part out.
Obviously.
I was. I got you. I got you.
I had a
right?
mental checklist,
Yeah.
and I was checking
this
him.
is
I was
amazing.
checking
This
him,
is
Johnny.
amazing.
I was checking
Yeah.
him. All right, good.
It's like an acid management game, is what it is, because the cocoa beans are really high in volatile organic compounds and acids.
Obviously.
So so you're driving off enough of those to where it's not caustic, or you're
Yeah.
keeping enough of them to retain the character of the bean.
Okay.
So that's where the craftsmanship comes in. So there's a lot of chemistry and science that, as is fermenting beer,
Yeah.
beans are fermented. There's a lot of exact things you have to do, but then there's a craftsman side.
There's an art. There's an art
There's
side
an
to it,
art
right?
side to it.
Yeah.
So that's where I started just kind of trial and error and evolving as a chocolate maker. And so if somebody said, you ought to sell this shit. I said, oh, okay, that's a compliment, right? And
Makes you
And-
feel good, huh?
yeah, it made me feel
Yeah.
good. So we branded Tejas Chocolate in June of 2010
Wow.
and I opened up a Twitter account. And that summer, you would not believe this.
Said, hey guys, anyone want some chocolate?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
There you go.
And I was
amazing.
shipping more chocolate to New York than anywhere. And
Wow.
then I was
Oh, wow.
selling in Houston.
Really?
Oh wow.
There's a group up there in New York called the Manhattan Chocolate Society. So there's these collectors and connoisseurs. And so they were like,
they saw the new kid on the block and was like,
Yeah,
hey,
yeah, they saw this. Oh, they never saw a chocolate maker from Texas before.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's when I found out there was not a single person in the entire state of Texas
Oh wow.
doing the bean to bar process.
yeah.
So now it
I
started.
feel
to
like those people. I feel like by the way, I feel like those people are the same people that if you were like, hey, what do y'all listen to? They're like, oh, you've never heard of them.
Yeah. You never heard of it.
You never heard
Yeah.
of
So,
them.
so when you
Exactly.
say a bean to bar process, just for the layman non-chocolatier, how long does it take for someone to make bean to bar?
So
What is
our
that?
process right now is it's pretty much about 2 weeks. It's 7 days of
involved?
actual hands-on process.
Okay.
It's the roasting, the winnowing, the stone grinding, and the melanging and the conching, and then it's about another at least a week of resting and aging. And chocolate
Jesus.
improves with age.
Well,
So,
when I've had the chocolate bars
Say I
here,
heard about them chocolate.
you know, it's you get the Hershey's bar and you just eat the Hershey's bar. Your chocolate is when I discovered, I think, good chocolate. Uh, much like you did probably when you ate the
yeah.
good chocolate for the first time. You just put a little piece in your mouth and just
Let
Enjoy it.
Let it
The
dissolve.
flavor's so
Let it
big.
dissolve.
Yeah.
Let it dissolve.
Enjoy it.
Yeah.
it's really good. And
Yeah.
but I see your truck. This was a 79 or
Oh, it's a 77
that
F250.
77. I like that old truck.
Oh, I like that.
I see your style. I see you as a like a craftsman. That
Yeah.
you probably am I
Yeah.
right? Am I right in
That's-
thinking this?
That's where it all started for me because I was I worked in the rail industry for 27 years and great career. I always was selling and distributing what other people made,
Yeah.
and I really just wanted. I always admired somebody that kind of honed in on a single skill set, whether it would be a knife maker or a leather guy or a saddle maker or
You said that, and the first thing that popped in my head was like a bladesmith.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Some guy who's just refined and honed his craft
Yeah.
to the point where he's got them lined up and he's got a backlog.
Yep.
I always admired that. And so when I
Their
discovered
orders are like 3 months out,
yeah, right.
4 months out.
Like the guy who builds these barbecue pits that I buy right now, his backlog is 18 months.
Jeez.
Was it called down? Bertha? Was that one called out there?
Moberg.
Yeah,
Moberg.
I follow that guy on
Yeah.
on Instagram.
Yeah.
I follow his account.
Yeah, he's a craftsman.
Yeah.
He builds a hell of a barbecue pit.
Yeah.
And
They're massive too. Those are massive. They're like submarines over there.
so chocolate for me was that. It's like, okay, I can be a producer. I can learn this craft and do that. And the chemistry side of that was easy for me. The exact measurements and thinking it out in the process. And then I have a bit of a craft artistic flair to me, so it was a good way for me to express myself.
At what point? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to
No, no.
cut you. At what point did you say to yourself, "This is it. This is good"?
It wasn't that far down the road, honestly, because we you're always searching for that validation. We sent chocolate off to a competition, international chocolate competition,
Yeah.
where makers from all over the world sent it in, and it's
Yeah.
a panel of international judges judge it. Well, we won a silver medal for one of our chocolate bars.
Holy shit,
That's
dude.
what I was
Worldwide.
thinking. Yeah, I know, right?
Holy shit.
So I was like, "Holy crap! We're like on the map, international."
I mean, the fact that Angel, how long are we into this podcast now? And you just brought that up.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if
Yeah.
that's because it's actually that good or if you're just that humble of a person.
Humble.
But
Humble.
hey,
He's a humble cat.
hey,
Very humble cat.
if you the first thing I'm saying is, hey, we're second in the world.
Now you would have came in with a medal around your neck.
He didn't want
Hey
That's
Trent,
so
what's that
true.
medal?
Oh, don't worry about it. I'm
yeah,
just second in
yeah.
the world. Don't worry.
Yeah.
So what's cooking? What's cooking in the back room right now? What's next? Is there something that
What's coming up?
that you want to do? I
Yeah.
don't. We're not asking for your secrets.
Yeah.
But are you done? Or are you
no.
satisfied? Or you got more tricks up your sleeve?
Yeah, I mean,
Nope.
right now I'm really dialed into this movement. It's called third wave masa,
Okay. Okay.
and I'm not the first one to get on the train. Like chocolate wasn't the first one to get on the train, but it's starting to pick up a little steam. And there's a pretty good analogy with third wave coffee. That's why they're calling it that. So from industrialized masa to now going back to sort of the basics where I've found this companies that bring in heirloom varieties of corn from Oaxaca, Mexico, and not just the masa, but the associated the common crop rotation there is corn, squash, and beans. So I'm also getting these heirloom variety of beans, like black beans and it's mantequilla beans. They're just unbelievable. So you take this very special ingredient and treat it with respect and give it the love that it needs, and it can be very special on its own. It's a little bit like a brisket, salt, pepper, smoke. Well, this masa is just like salt, water, and flavor. That's
Yeah.
just what it is. So, and obviously, there's a lot of Tex-Mex influences creeping into
Oh, yeah.
barbecue. You see that
Oh
everywhere.
yeah, I love that.
Everywhere.
I mean,
Yeah.
we make
I love that.
today's Taco Tuesday. We
Yeah.
you know,
There's a great place that I found in the DFW area, Panther City,
yeah,
and
Exactly.
they're and they actually do a pastrami style up there.
yeah.
You got them beat on that.
Hey, yeah,
But they do, and they have a Mexican flavor in their in their.
I
food.
feel
It's
like
good.
something that we're glossing over a little bit is the fact that you're not just doing this from scratch. And when I say this, I'm talking chocolate and barbecue. You're doing this from scratch, but you're searching for the right ingredients to do it from scratch. You're not just grabbing ingredients and putting them together and saying this is from scratch. You're finding ingredients that belong in whatever it is that you're creating, whatever it is
trying to
that you're
perfect this, right? Trying to
Exactly.
perfect an art.
exactly.
And going to the
That's
brisket,
a big deal to me.
Yeah, going to the brisket, and I like to ask this question because I've gotten some different answers on it. How much? Because your brisket's good. It's good. How much of that is what you do, and how much of that is having a premium
meat.
cut of meat that you couldn't get in a
Yeah.
store, or do you get a bad brisket that just won't do what you're
Yeah.
able to do? Is there something to that, or
Yeah, I
you know?
mean, when you start with good ingredients, it helps you get to a good result. Now, you can take a good ingredient and completely screw it up.
I've done that.
Yeah, we all have.
That's
We all have. So have I.
That's a Tuesday for me. Okay.
Another thing I wanted to ask is how is with everything going on with inflation, all that good stuff. How does that affect y'all in any way?
Yeah,
Inflation. Like,
yeah.
does that help? Does that hurt like pricing of the how y'all price things here at the at Tejas here?
Yeah, and it's a big deal. I mean, we thought about it for about just which way are we going to go on this? We're going to try to downgrade our ingredients or just raise our prices. I didn't really think about it for much more than about 5 seconds.
So you raise the price.
Raise the prices.
Raise the price.
Raise the price.
I remember.
See, that's
I
what I
remember.
could not
seeing you-
agree
I remember on
more.
your social media you made a post about
Yeah.
similar to that what you
Yeah.
just said.
Yeah.
And I was like, exactly. I'll go there.
You have to-
I
you
could
have to-
not
yeah.
agree more.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna, I won't pay less. I'd rather you charge me more, and it stays the same.
It stays the same.
Than to charge me less, and it goes to the shit. Because I can't. That's
Nobody likes shrink inflation.
no. I hate that
Yeah.
shit. I hate when there's a good eatery that I go to, and they tend to lose.
The quality gets worse.
The quality
Yeah.
goes down just because you have to.
I get
I can't do that. I can't. I'd
get-
rather you charge me more. Charge me more.
I get the idea of cutting costs,
Mhm.
but there's ways of cutting costs without compromising the product.
Yeah, you can't.
And as long as you have a banging killer product,
Yeah.
like you need to do as a business, and I'm preaching to the choir, I know.
Oh yeah.
But as a business owner, you need to do everything that you can
Yeah.
to make sure that the product that brought you to the dance
Oh yeah. Yeah.
stays where it
Yeah.
is.
Dance with the one that brung you.
That's right.
That's the one that brung you, man. Another thing I wanted to bring up too, to kind of on a lighter note here. I know Scott. Scott, you brought up one time you came up to the watering hole I work at, and you came in a nice SS. Was it El Camino?
El Camino.
Oh, that
Hey,
blue El Camino,
look at
dude.
that.
Yeah.
That blue El Camino. Look at
Yeah.
him. Look at him. Look at him, dude. Look at that. The
Let's
blue.
see
Look at him. Look at him, dude. Look at that.
That's a good
What?
ride.
Dude, look at him, dude.
That's Angel.
Yeah.
That is
That's
sick.
a beautiful. That's a
dude.
beautiful
I'm
car.
telling you,
dude.
this guy's
Hey,
he
he's all over the
appreciates
place.
Quality.
He's
He
all over the
appreciates
place, man.
Quality
He's
though.
all over the place.
That's
I
what
can't stop looking at it,
That
man.
car
Oh,
came
that's a
and found
beautiful.
me.
That's a beautiful car. So we
Camino.
kind of to get lighten it up here and kind of get loose
Oh
and
my
get
god!
you guys a little loose here. I know we kind of discussed at the beginning of the episode, and we kind of talked about we're gonna bust your balls on some nostalgia shit. So, Scott, we'll start with Scott here. I know you're an urban cowboy guy. I'm sure you're an urban cowboy guy. You're a Texas guy. I'm sure you're from Texas, right?
I'm from I was born in Dallas. but-
Okay. Hey, even better. You're even better. Even better. Dallas guy. So I know Matt don't like that shit. Dallas guy. So urban cowboy.
Yeah.
Were you a sissy gal or were you a Pam gal?
Team Sissy or Team Pam?
Pam.
Yeah.
I was all over Pam because I like them city
Hey,
gals. I
hey,
like
hey,
them
hey!
city
Don't
gals.
influence his answer.
Hey,
Don't
I like
influence
them
his
ci-
answer,
I like them
Keith.
city gals.
Damn it!
This is one of those cases where, man, you want to have your cake and eat it too, right?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
I mean, Sissy is like, I want to go camping with her for the weekend and go on a fishing trip. But Pam's
She
built
catch
for-
the fish. She catch the fish.
Yeah, man.
Hey, she'll cook that shit.
Should clean it and cook it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah, man.
But Pam's built for speed, man.
I mean, hey,
Oh yeah, man.
hey.
That's what I'm talking about. That's
So
what I'm talking about.
I think I see an answer here. I think it's Team.
I think we
Pam.
got a clear cut answer. We got a clear cut answer.
I'm
man.
with you, Scott.
I'm with you.
I-
Pam was my
I'm-
thing.
I'm the solo team sissy.
I like a fancy gal. I like daddy's money. I like the oil field. Yes, sir.
Austin, where you
Austin, I see you pointing at me.
Austin, what you got,
Come
Austin,
on
where
now.
you at?
I
I know you're a young cat. Austin's a young guy.
I've seen the movie before. I honestly, I'm gonna have to go with Team Sissy on this one.
Sissy,
Ah,
okay,
okay.
that's okay.
Okay,
That's
all right.
okay. That's all right,
We
man.
got through this together, didn't
Hey,
we?
we made it.
We just made this.
Hey,
we made
it.
this
We
together.
made it, man.
Team sissy.
It matters.
No, it does. It does. It does for me. It does. It does because that's a big part of my. That was a big.
You know
part-
what? Yeah, we joke about this. There's actually some like validity to
No, it is.
to
It is.
deciding which which life path you would take.
Oh yeah.
If you want to hang back in the back with Wes,
Hey,
in
hang back.
that trailer, if you want to,
The
I'll hang
mesh
back there with
Hey,
Wes.
I'll back.
the mesh shirt.
mesh
Hey.
shirt.
If you want that lifestyle, hey, that's what you got. You outlaw guy. That's the guy. Outlaw guy. Huntsville kind of guy.
Oh my
Hey,
god.
man. But I was all about Pam, dude. Pam was fancy as shit, dude. She had the nice fucking pad in downtown Houston.
She had a credit
I was-
card, probably. I bet she had a good
she
credit
had good
card.
money. She had good credit too. She had a
Hey, she couldn't cook.
850.
She couldn't cook.
You
Hey,
know,
hey, she made beef stroganoff. She made beef stroganoff, and I was okay with that, man. She made beef.
a buddy of mine bought an apartment condo downtown Houston and said, "Man, come check this out. It's single pad. We go down there,
Huh?
and it's that building." And
No shit.
Pam's suite was
No
one
shit.
above him.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah,
That's
that's badass.
That's
amazing.
wild.
Oh, yeah.
That would be my. I would lose my. I could
No,
die
man,
after that. That's a bucket list thing, man. 'cause
I'm taking Sissy to Gillies, and
we're getting shit. You're getting shit faced.
hey, I'm cheering her on
Hey,
to ride the bull.
Hey, she's skanking it up on that
I'm
that
cheering-
bull. She's
Hey.
she's skanking on that bull,
Hey,
man. She's all over
I'm-
that bull, man.
I'm cheering her on to ride the
All right,
bull.
all right,
That's
all
all.
right.
I'm
Some long necks too,
Oh
right?
yeah, oh yeah, and
Oh, yeah.
Lone Stars, man. Yeah, man. I mean, this is it's Halloween time, man. This is fucking weather's amazing outside. It's chilly out here. It's got a little nip out here.
Hey, let me ask you a
It's,
question,
go ahead.
Keith.
Go ahead.
When you were younger, and we were talking about Halloween. When you were younger,
Mhm.
what was the Halloween costume you wore when you were a kid that you thought this is the shit?
Well, so
This is it.
So me, I was a broke ass kid. You know, I grew up in Austin, so I was a broke kid, man. So
Eating my sandwiches.
oh yeah, eating mustard sandwiches and shit. So for me, when I had to muster up a costume, there was no going to the store and getting a nice costume. I said you had to. My parents said, "Hey, find whatever rags you got in the closet there. And you're gonna be a bum for Halloween. You're gonna be a bum." So
Yeah,
that was,
there we
that was the
go,
thing. So you
okay.
had to be a bum. So you got the little sack,
Homeless
It's
guy,
got a
yeah.
name on it. What's that little sack called with little stick in the back?
Oh,
It's
yeah,
got a name.
yeah.
It's got a name.
Like
I
a
don't
With
know.
a B.
Like a
Knapsack.
knapsack?
No, I don't know.
Knapsack. Yeah, it's a knapsack.
But
yeah,
that's what I think. So when I was a kid, I wanted to be, a vampire. I wanted to be this and that. But hey, my parents were like, hey man, we ain't got no fucking money. So go in there, find some tattered clothes. You're a bum for for Halloween. Paint your face, get dirty. Which isn't far. You don't take a bath for a couple of days. You got a nice little face. You're a bum. You're a bum. That's what I did, man. That was my thing, man.
What about you, Johnny?
We had those. I'm telling you, we had those masks.
The
Those
plastic mask,
those plastic masks, and they came with the little plastic
plastic suit.
suit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's funny, you see those 80s posts or whatever with those masks, and we recognize those. There was the devil, the little green monster thing. We
Yeah.
we had all those.
The little mummy
We
and
had
shit. The little mummy
the one
guy.
little elastic string that
Little-
went behind
little
your head.
rubber band. That thing
Rubber
pop.
band.
That thing pop.
That thing
Night
popped,
was
you're
over.
done. You're
Hey,
done.
You're done. You're done trick or treating. Go
Yeah, you had-
inside.
You had
That's
to
it.
hold
That's
your
a-
mask
That's a wrap,
like
man.
this.
That's a wrap.
That's all
man.
you could do.
But yeah, man. Another thing I wanted to hit on real quick before I wanted to ask everybody kind of a thing. Trent's got pulling out his big bucks here. Trent's got the big bucks here. I don't know what he's doing, but he's got big bucks.
I'm getting another beer.
Yeah.
Hey, well, hold on. We didn't finish the costume thing. All right.
Oh yeah.
When you were trick or treating
Yeah.
as a kid, what's the costume you wore where you were thinking like, this is it?
I'm a
This
bad
is,
Yeah.
dude right
yeah,
here.
I'm a badass right
In the
now.
neighborhood I grew up in, man, it was a big deal trick or treating. Everybody was into it. I mean, everybody's in their front yard serving hot chocolate or whatever. It was a big deal. But my costume, man, was the kind of the toilet paper mummy outfit.
There we go. Okay.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
delicate, but man, you could pull it off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you had to move kind of
Wrap it
slow.
up.
Yeah, wrap it all up.
And reuse it later.
Yeah.
You can reuse it later.
You just never know, man.
What about you, Austin?
I honestly, I didn't really have. I don't even remember any costumes that I wore as a kid. But the only one that I do remember wearing that I did not like the most was a Mickey Mouse costume.
A Mickey Mouse
Yeah.
costume. Yeah.
My parents dressed
he's
me
still
up in that,
traumatized.
and
He
I
said,
said,
Yeah.
Dress me up as a Mickey Mouse.
So mine. And there's a bit of a story behind this. I ended up going to the emergency room this Halloween because I busted my head. I had to get like
Damn.
I don't know how many stitches, but I had to get stitches in my head because there was an accident involved with this. I was dressed up as Batman, okay, and I thought I had the coolest outfit, right? I was Batman that night,
Yeah.
right. So my brother was dressed up as Superman. And when we were trick or treating, right? So we're going down through these neighborhoods or whatever. We go into one of these neighborhoods that's a cul-de-sac, and in this particular cul-de-sac, this neighborhood was cut into a hill. So at the end of the cul-de-sac, there's basically like a concrete wall, right? That goes. It's like a semicircle that goes around this this cul-de-sac. I come around this cul-de-sac, and I had been arguing with my brother, this entire older brother. He's 2 years older than me. I'd been arguing with my brother the entire night, which superhero was better. And I mean, let's be honest, it's Batman, right? I mean, Batman's better than Superman. But
No way.
so we're arguing about this, and we get to the end of this cul-de-sac, and it's one of the last neighborhoods that we're hitting. and he said, let me tell you why Batman's not better than Superman. And I was all ears, right? I was like, okay. And he said, Batman can't fly. And he walked off. And I just sat there for a second.
You tried to fly.
And I said,
How'd that go?
and I said this as a joke. Okay. I was not being serious, right? I said this as a joke. I said, Batman can fly. And I ran down the hill of the end of this cul-de-sac, and I jumped off of that concrete wall, and I flew for about a half a second, and then I came down and I landed on the ground, busted my head. We had to go to the emergency room, and that was how that Halloween ended.
Oh my god.
Batman was a piece of shit.
Hey,
Batman was
but
a piece of shit.
that was my costume that I was the most proud of. Was that one.
Batman.
Nice.
Batman, yeah.
Batman. That's cool. Right. Was it the one? Was it the Michael Keaton one, or was it the old school
Michael
Adam
Keaton.
West?
Michael Keaton.
Great. Okay, Michael.
Michael
Okay,
Keaton.
Michael. That was the Adam West. Adam West would have better. Would have been better with the
Yeah,
gray
well,
and shit.
you didn't want to see me in tights.
I want to see a two piece. I got 2-piece, man. I want to get the 2-piece. We're getting. This is awesome, man. This is a good time, man. I want to kind of tighten it up here and kind of see. I know we were talking about the paranormal activity we had here at Tejas and whatnot, and so that being said, you guys into horror movies at all? Like paranormal horror and all that good stuff, paranormal stuff. Are y'all into that?
I'm the paranormal
Thrillers
stuff,
or-
Yeah.
a little bit. I'm
Yeah.
more of like a slasher guy.
Okay,
Oh,
well, what's
there
your
we
favorite
go.
slasher?
Give me
What's your-
some blood and gore.
What do you like? What do you like? What's your?
Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
That's fine with me. I'm okay with that.
You know,
I'm
Halloween.
Okay. Halloween's good.
Halloween.
Halloween's good, man. It's a
Man,
classic.
that movie got me laid so many times.
The drive-in, huh? At the
Yeah.
drive-in.
Yeah, he likes
Yeah.
slashers.
Hell
Oh,
yeah.
hell yeah.
Slashers.
Slashing the gas.
Yeah.
Slashing the gas.
Hey, when
man.
you have
gotta-
your own ghost, what are you
Yeah.
into paranormal movies for? He has
Yeah,
his own
yeah,
ghost.
yeah, no, that's good, man. That's
you're
you got your own
obviously-
shit. Yeah.
I mean, you have to be a believer in this paranormal stuff, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you see it.
I was
Oh, yeah, yeah.
skeptical. I was
Yeah.
skeptical. I mean, I was
Yeah.
not the believer type.
Yeah.
Honestly, I was like, no, you got to show me.
Yeah,
You gotta
no.
Show me. But man, I mean, all those mornings where he's slamming that back door.
It's that
We're showing
compelling.
you.
It's that
Yeah, and then,
showing you.
and then one, most recently, I was down in the morning by myself again. We have where we make the sausage.
Mhm.
There's a door that connects that room to the chocolate making room,
Sure.
and that door, I'd gone in the chocolate room, come back out, and left that door kind of not all the way closed, and it's not one of those doors that moves by itself. You know what I'm saying? It needs a little pressure.
Yeah.
And I was doing something, and I heard it creaking, and looked up, and I saw that door moving. And it was
Wow,
like
that's good
there's no draft gonna move that door.
Oh no, it's not. Yeah, it's
It's
too
not
heavy.
moving on its own.
Too heavy.
So have you ever lost an employee that just said, "Hey, I'm out of here.
I'm not doing this."
This is. Is there ever been anything that's scary, or is this all kind of nuisance?
It's just
Type
kind of
stuff.
nuisance, or some of the staff has fun with it. You know,
I imagine.
one of our morning pit masters, Brandon.
Oh man,
There used to be a swing set across the alley there, and there was one of those sawhorses, and he said he's got the fires going. He's standing in the gate back there looking across the alley, and looked over, and that sawhorse is going all by itself. It's going back and forth.
Hey, I like that.
you know,
I like that.
You know,
That's
I think
okay.
it would be okay if I'm saying that. But I just wouldn't want to go to sleep around it,
Yeah.
right?
You know, speaking of that, so there's Texas A&M has a paranormal society.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit.
So they contacted me and said, "Hey, we want to come down and stay the night. Can we do that?" I said, "Yeah, okay." So yeah, come in. We let them in. I think it was a Friday night. They came in and they were all gung ho and eager. And I came in Saturday morning and get the morning going about 4:30 in the morning. And there was one guy still here by himself, sitting in the dining room all by himself. And when I came in and opened up, honestly, he looked like he was ready to go.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome,
He
dude.
looked like he'd had enough.
That's good shit, man.
Oh, that's
Love
wild.
that.
And they told us, and they showed us some video. They found some things here and there, and meant some noises and things. And they just recently contacted me again. They want to come back down and do it again.
Dude,
I-
that's
I
so
got-
cool.
I have to
That is
say-
so cool.
I have to say, coming into this conversation, I'm a skeptic by nature, but coming into this conversation, I genuinely didn't know if this was kind
Like
of
a
like a
gimmick or
gimmick
something?
thing
Yeah.
or whatever, or if it was
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
something that people like actually was like,
Mm.
oh no, there's weird shit,
Oh yeah.
you know, and it sounds like there's
We've had
just
too
weird
much of it.
shit.
We've had too much weird shit
Yeah,
to
yeah.
say
Too
it's
close
not
to-
here.
Yeah.
it's definitely here.
You just
That's-
didn't have too much to drink one night and thought
Yeah.
you saw a ghost,
Yeah.
right? I mean,
That's
this is
No.
real.
wild,
Yeah.
man.
it's
That
definitely here.
is
We're
wild.
not the only ones. You know, there's a lot of old businesses around town, and
Yeah.
a lot of these merchants around here, they all have stories of something.
Is that a tomball thing?
It's a tomball
Yeah,
thing.
that's awesome, man. That's a,
Haunted town. Haunted
Wow,
town.
dude.
just to hit back on that documentary I was telling you about that I was watching the Trending Fear thing. There was a guy-
Trending fear. I need to
Trending
remember
fear.
that. Yeah, I'm
the
gonna
guy-
text
the
you
guy-
about
so
that
appa-
later.
So apparently the guy that was the guy that did the remodel here, he was like, dude, when we were working here, you know, you would see boards falling and shit, and not because they were being haphazard, but there was shit falling, and he goes, and it made you creeped out, man. He goes, when we were working here and remodeling this, he goes, it made us really pretty fucking creepy, man. So he goes, it had a
That's
feel
You
to
know,
it.
I hate,
Had a feel to it.
I hate that Ralph Macchio's missing this. He was supposed to be on the
You
episode
could
with
crane
us.
kick it. You could
Hey,
crane kick that
you-
shit.
you- I had one built up. I was
I hate he's missing this.
fixing it. We were talking about
But-
scary movies, and I was gonna say mine was The Return of the Rug,
There's his rug.
starring Ralph Macchio.
But God damn it, Ralph Macchio.
Ralph
It's
Macchio's
kind of a recurring joke that comes here.
he's
Because of a nostalgia here, the Karate Kid, all that bullshit comes back around.
Ralph Macchio's been in every episode.
Every
he's been in every episode, so
Every
we
episode.
can't leave him out of this episode.
But
So
What are you having trouble remember people's names or what?
So
no. I just Austin, what is your thing? Do you like slasher films, or what do you into the paranormal movie kind of thing, the scary shit?
Oh,
Or
I'm into all kinds of horror movies, like the new ones that come out, like
Yeah.
Nun. There's
oh,
a
the Nun's
second-
a shit, dude. I
yeah,
love those.
there's a
I love
second
those.
one
I
that
love those.
just came out.
Yeah.
I love that
haven't
shit.
seen it yet.
Yeah.
It's not. This one's not really I wouldn't say it's like a horror movie,
Mhm.
but it's a movie
a thriller.
I don't know if I would call it a thriller or not, but it's a movie called Sling Blade with Billy Bob Thornton.
Yeah, that's not yeah, it's he has his moments in there.
Yeah,
he had his
does.
moment. And he had
The French fried taters.
French fried taters, man.
Yeah.
He had a moment with his taters, and then
Guess I'm gonna kill you with it.
and
It got remade.
I know it's just a
No.
good movie.
No,
it was
it
was
never got
dark.
remade.
It was dark.
Oh.
It was dark, man.
It's a really dark movie, but
Yeah.
Billy Bob did actually come to Tomball
No shit.
Really?
right over
Really?
here, yeah, at
No
Main
shit.
Street Crossing. In 2019, he's got a band called the Boxmaster.
Okay. I've heard of. I think I've heard of him in his music and whatnot. Yeah, he's.
Yeah, I actually went over there that night and I actually saw him over there. And
I know. Right
Wow,
it was,
okay.
it was a really good
That's
show.
kick ass, man.
I went there
Yeah.
once. I saw Dale Watson there.
No, Watson.
Yep,
Yeah,
I
he's got.
saw
Yeah,
Watson.
he's got the hair.
I haven't-
He's got the
I-
hair.
That hair.
Yeah, he's got
Hair.
that weird hair. I
I
didn't
love
see
it.
him over there, but I did see him over at Do-Si Do in the Woodlands.
Yeah, I like to
About
see that
big
guy.
guy.
Two or 3 different
I'm-
times.
Tom.
I'm-
Paranormal.
I'm
you into
anything.
paranormal shit?
Yeah, so
What movie would you?
I'm into everything horror, everything scary. The adrenaline the adrenaline that you get when you watch a scary movie, to me, a good one
Yeah.
is the exact same adrenaline as what you get when you ride a roller coaster. So
Right.
like that feeling of like anticipation, or whatever is what you get if it's a good one. If
Yeah.
it's a good one.
Yeah.
Now, I do like paranormal stuff.
What's your favorite one? Like, because for mine, I have it. Mine's old school, so I
Okay,
yeah.
so people give me shit for this, but I liked the first Blair Witch Project.
It's not bad. I
Yeah.
didn't hate it. I didn't hate it.
I liked it
I didn't hate it.
because
I'm with you.
I liked it not because of the whatever
Camera
like
shit,
what
yeah.
I liked it because it's one of the first scary movies that I ever saw that I thought like that shit seems real.
That could
Yeah,
happen to you.
I'm
That
with
could happen
you.
to you.
That
I
shit
agree.
seems
Yeah,
real.
Scared the shit out of me.
it
Yeah.
happens to you.
And it's not and I know that it's a movie and I know that it was like this low budget thing and they made a shit ton
they
of
made a
money
ton of
on it,
They
dude.
made a ton of money on it.
They made
Oh,
so
man.
much money on it.
Yeah.
But I watched it and I was thinking to myself, if you can get past the shaky camera thing, I get
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
But if you can get past that, the story that they told was actually really good. And
Wasn't bad.
like
Wasn't
the what felt scary about it was it seemed like you could just grab any camera and go in the woods behind your house
Mhm.
and have the same experience.
Right.
It had that feeling, And so like it felt it was I thought that's one of the
I agree. I mean,
That's
yeah,
one of the
I would
best
go in the
paranormal
woods like that all the time.
Yeah.
Rufus.
And it felt so real.
Rufus.
Absolutely.
Here comes
Rufus again.
Rufus.
Rufus again.
That's a ghost
Rufus.
train.
Rufus.
No, that's
Well,
not a here it comes.
let's save yours
hang-
for
wait, and
after
then-
that.
then yeah. All right, man. We had another Rufus interruption there, which is
Interruption.
okay. It's okay though, man.
So
'cause
we're to
Rufus-
you.
We're at
Paranormal movies.
paranormal movies. My thing was I'm a classic guy, so I'm gonna go with Poltergeist.
I knew you were gonna say
Hey,
that.
Poltergeist, dude. 82.
I knew you were gonna
82?
say that.
82. They're here. They had a little girl, Carol Ann. She was amazing.
They're here.
They're
Is that
here.
Drew Barrymore?
No,
No.
Carol Ann.
Oh.
She was Heather O'Rourke.
I'm so wrong.
She was
Heather
only 13
O'Rourke.
years old when she passed away. She passed away in 1988. She passed away. She had some kind of a bug in her. She had water at some kind of camp, and she got some kind of parasite. And she
That
passed away.
amoeba. That
She got it. Yeah, she got a
Ah,
parasite.
wow,
she
that's so
passed away
rare.
from that. That's
Yeah.
what she passed away from.
Oh, like in real life.
Yeah, in real life, that's what she died of. She died. It took her like months. She died of. She had water at a campground, and
Hey.
shortly after she got sick.
Is there a shittier way to die?
That's what she
Really?
did.
Yeah,
man.
I
She was
mean,
a hell- hey,
that's a real life
Maybe
horror
not.
She was a hell of an
movie,
actress.
man.
And then if you've seen Poltergeist, if you've seen Poltergeist, there's a scene where the mom, she's in that pit where the water and where the pool is supposed to be made. The pool
Yeah.
and there's the water and the muck and the mud, and the skeletons. Those are actual skeletons. And the reason why they use actual human skeletons is because they want to pay to make prosthetic skeletons and bones and whatnot. So they used actual human skeletons and skulls in that scene.
Hey, what's the price difference between a fake skeleton and a
well,
real
hey,
skeleton?
yeah.
That's what I
Oh,
want to know.
Yeah.
I've seen Poltergeist. I can't spell Poltergeist.
I know,
It's a hell of a movie, man. They made 3 of them.
Yeah.
The first one was the best one. The second one was kind of, and then the third one was kind of done in a skyscraper in Chicago, so it was kind of shit. Once you go up north, it's fuck it. I'm over it. Once you go up north, I'm out. But so Poltergeist was my favorite, man. And then the coolest thing about Poltergeist is there was a small person in there. Her name was Zelda Rubinstein, little person. She was 4'3". She was 4'3". Small person. She was in some other movies that I enjoyed, like this is kind of a deep cut. She was in Teen Witch. She was in 16 Candles. She was a short lady. She was really weird. She had a look about her, but she was like she was known in Poltergeist. She was known
about her.
she had a look about her. In Poltergeist, she was known as like shit. Like she was kind of like fuck, I don't know.
You were nuts over her.
But I liked her because she was small. She was small and she was weird. She had a weird face. She was good. She was small. Hey. And then also, and in Poltergeist,
Delayed reaction there.
Yeah.
Delayed reaction.
And
from
Poltergeist,
from the gallery.
and Poltergeist, we also had Craig T. Goddamn, Craig T. Nelson, and we had some kind of rap music in the background there. Craig T. Nelson was in the movie as well, which was classic. But yeah, that was my thing. Poltergeist was my shit, dude. That was my movie. That's what I dug, and that's what I grew up on.
Is that
Yeah.
the TV one
Yeah.
where they had the hands on the
Yeah.
TV?
Oh, yeah,
That was
yeah,
creepy.
The fuzz, yeah, the
Yeah,
fuzz.
that was
yeah,
creepy.
Yeah, the fuzz.
Yeah, it was
man.
creepy. Yeah,
Yeah, man.
not the ring though. Not to be
No,
confused with the
no.
ring,
Yeah.
but where the girl came out of the TV or whatever.
No. That was.
Oh, Poltergeist was the real
Yeah.
deal. That's a
Yeah,
good. That's a good
that was
one,
the original.
man.
That was the original one, and it was the movie was the whole thing was it was made on their house was on a Indian burial ground. There was spirits and all that good
Yeah.
shit. So that's why the house got taken down and crushed and whatnot.
Before we get to yours, Johnny, just to add to that,
Mhm.
we talked in several episodes ago about the secrets of Skinwalker Ranch.
Yeah, you talked
And
about that.
and part of that episode, I brought it up because it was like there's the big like paranormal like
Mhm.
whatever. If you go back and watch the new season of quote unquote the secrets of Skinwalker Ranch,
Mhm.
it's very evident that it's a cash cow for them.
It's bullshit.
And I'm not gonna say that it's bullshit because I don't know and I've never been there and whatever, but it's very easy for someone to look at that and go, you guys have experienced this, I haven't, so I'm gonna dismiss it. But it's worth watching for two reasons. A, you're interested in it and it might be something that you think is creepy and worth watching. B, it's worth watching because it's comedy hour for you,
It could
where
be
you're
comedy
just
hour.
like, oh, that's obviously not real,
Right.
you
No,
know.
it's yeah. But for me, paranormal stuff was a big thing for me. I
Yeah.
like those movies. The where they got possessed and all that stuff. Like you got The Exorcist. There's some other things like the newer ones like The Nun. You got
Yeah.
Annabelle. You got all those. Those are great. Those are great. Those are like. And the thing about the Annabelle, not Annabelle, but the Conjuring, that couple was real, dude. That was like a real couple, and you can look back at their files, and there's recordings of these things happening of repossessions that they do, and they're involved in the. It was Ed and what's her name? Lorraine Warren. Those were real people, and they have real. There's
Yeah,
real
'cause
things
some
you
of
can go
those
back.
Some of those possession
real.
movies were based off of
Yeah.
loosely based on
Yeah.
stories,
Yeah,
right?
some of that you can go back and
Those-
see, and you can
yeah.
hear some of the file. There's sound bites, and it's actual real shit, dude. It's creepy as shit, dude. But anyway, that's why I dig those kind of things. And but for me, no here nor there. I'm like Scott. I like the slasher movies. I like Jason. I like all that good
What's
stuff.
your favorite slasher movie?
Slasher movie would have to be. I would have to say Jason because I always like. There's one that you can't find anywhere. Jason Lives. You can't find that anywhere. You can't find it anywhere. It's not on YouTube. You can find it on YouTube, but it's like bits and pieces of it.
So
But
I only
Jason Lives.
I only have one question about that, and that question is: does the English language have a number that's recognized as a number in the English language high enough to represent the amount of Jason movies that
No,
have ever
never.
been made?
Never. He went to space, dude. He went to space. He went to space.
Fast and Furious. They're all going to space.
Yeah.
They're
now.
in space.
They just-
When you go to space, that's that fucking shark. You go to space, that shark's coming over there,
Jump
dude.
in
That
the
dude.
shark.
Jump in the
Jump in the
shark.
shark.
Jump in the shark, dude.
Johnny, what about you, man? What's
right, so-
paranormal?
Kind of a multi-segmented answer, I guess. I always like vampire movies. Salem's
Okay.
Lot,
Yeah.
the Fright Night, the vampire movies were my favorite to watch. What scared me were any of the possession movies because that's just scary. That's freaky and scary. But one of the kind of modern, I call it a modern movie that was really scary. I thought was scary was Paranormal Activity.
Yeah,
I'll point to a particular scene that I thought was just
we talked about
really
this.
scary. Is
Yeah.
they're standing in the kitchen of not a haunted house, not a house that has spider webs and creaky doors. This is a
Just a
modern day house,
normal modern day house.
and all of the cabinets fling open, and all of the dishes just fly out of the cabinets.
Yeah.
At the
And-
same
and
time.
At the same time, and you think watching that, you go, what the hell would I do if that happened?
What would you do if
I
it
would
happened to
be
you?
so terrified. And so in watching that, you go,
Real estate
wow,
agent.
that's a house that looks like the kind of house I live in, the kind of
Yeah.
house we all live in, the kind of, modern things, not some monster mansion on a hill. So to me, that was a
It felt real.
It felt real. I think they nailed it with those
It felt
with
real.
those scary movies. Of course,
So-
they got a little, it's
yeah.
like a lot of them. Once they go up the chain, a little bit, they-
Yeah, it jumped the shark a little bit.
Yeah.
But like, what? So we were talking about this. Do you remember what I said was scary for me?
oh yeah. I know what you mean when
Go ahead.
in the paranormal activity part where they look back on the video, and while you were actually sleeping, the roommate's looking
Yeah.
over you all night long.
Yeah. So in the movie, have you guys seen Paranormal Activity?
I haven't seen
Okay,
it.
all right. So there's a scene where the whole thing is that this weird stuff starts happening. So they set up surveillance
Cameras. yeah.
surveillance cameras everywhere or whatever, and they're trying to like figure out like why is all this weird stuff happening? Why do I have bruises on my legs? Like why are the covers like off of me in the middle of the night or whatever? And they set up this camera, and they're trying to figure out what it is, and in when they review the footage the next day, it's this husband and wife, right,
Yeah,
or
it's
boyfriend and
husband and wife.
girlfriend,
Husband and
whatever
wife.
it
Can't
is. I
remember
don't
it
My
know.
wife.
But they were sleeping in the bed, and in the middle of the night, she gets up and walks over to his side of the bed and stands over him and just looks down at him, and she's just standing there looking at him for the rest of the night.
The time lapse looks really creepy.
Oh,
The time
man.
lapse
So,
looks
so
like
in a,
hours.
sense, in a
Whoa.
sense, it is a
Yeah.
kind of a possession
And
movie.
they do a time lapse thing.
Yeah.
It is a possession
Yeah.
movie because she's possessed.
Yeah.
But you don't find that. I mean, spoiler alert. But
Yeah.
you don't find that out until the end of the
20
movie.
years later. Spoiler alert.
And it's just so creepy because
Yeah.
people sleepwalk all the time,
Yeah.
and so it seems
And if you watch Step Brothers, you know you're not to wake up to sleeping. If you watch Step Brothers, do not wake up. If they're sleeping and they're sleepwalking, don't wake them up, dude. 'cause
Yeah,
they'll get your
yeah.
ass kicked. You'll
But
get,
it's just one of those things where like it feels real. It feels like something that could actually happen,
Yeah.
And
it's creepy as shit, man.
like the idea of you sleeping soundly and not knowing that anything's going on, but then you find out later somebody was standing over you, like watching you sleep for hours.
And that's why I
That's
said
creepy.
I'll
It's a
come
little
to
shit.
Tejas and eat the barbecue all the time.
I'm not sleeping.
Hell, the
here.
ghost can sit down next to me, but I'm not sleeping.
I'm
here.
not sleeping.
Yeah,
here.
no, right?
I'm not sleeping here. That's for sure.
I wouldn't either.
Yeah, so
Yep.
it's a lot of fun.
No.
I mean, this has been a hell of a time, man.
It's
I
been
thank
fun,
you guys.
man.
We were outside. We're on the back porch. People are going to see this when they watch the
Hey,
video.
Shout
Go
out to
outside.
the weather, huh?
Hey,
Let's
the
talk
weather.
about this
Hey, the weather killed it, man.
huh?
It's perfect. I know. I guess like what 60 something degrees. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
60 something.
Supposed to get
It's-
down to 38 tonight, I think.
Oh no shit.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
this has been perfect, man. I think this was the perfect thing for us to do it outside. We were gonna do it
So
inside,
cool.
but it was like, nah, let's go outside. The weather's great. It's Texas weather.
So cool.
And thank you guys, Scott, Austin, dude. You guys been awesome,
to
dude,
do
for letting us
Good
open
rapping
your
with you
doors.
guys, man.
No, this
Dude,
is
it's been
a
cool,
big
man.
deal. It's a big deal for
Yeah.
me. Like I said, I'm
Yeah.
a big barbecue fan. I
This
still,
is his Super Bowl,
I
by the
still
way.
go
Yeah,
to all
yeah.
these spots.
Yeah.
I'm always looking for a new spot to try, but I always tell everybody
Well.
when they ask me what is the best barbecue, what's your favorite spot, it's
Yeah.
this spot.
Thank you.
And so this is like you said, this is the
Well,
Super Bowl for me.
Super
to
Bowl.
If
be
you
able
like,
to
if
come
you like
here.
good barbecue, it's a great time to be alive. There's
Yeah,
a lot of good barbecue.
Damn right. Damn right.
I can't, and I just want to touch on one more thing, just right before we go. You mentioned before, and I would say that this goes to your barbecue, just as much as it does your chocolate. The fact that you look at making chocolate like anybody else obsesses over making beer, I think speaks volumes to the quality of product in your chocolate and the quality of product in your barbecue. And it shows, I'm sure, in your sales. It shows on the menu. Everything you got is fantastic. And I mean that. You're doing it right.
Appreciate
And
you.
the last thing I want to ask, the last thing I got, which is the real goddamn question, is the real question is, I know you're from Texas. You're a
Yep.
Dallas boy. You're a Dallas Cowboys fan. Or you're a Texans guy.
Man, I grew up a Cowboys fan.
Okay.
And I got
No, that's it. That's it. That's the end.
Hey,
That's the end of that.
that's it.
That's the end of that answer right
Clip it,
there.
clip it right there. Clip it right there. That's it.
Man,
No.
no,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead,
Go ahead.
They lost me a little bit when they fired Landry.
Okay. Okay.
They
Fair.
won me back when Emmett and Aikman won the
Sure,
Super Bowls.
sure.
You know,
Absolutely.
and I want to be a Texans fan,
Mhm.
but it's so damn bad.
It's tough. So I'm gonna go ahead and say we're gonna go with Cowboys fan.
Cowboys fan. He's a Cowboys fan.
Cowboys. And that makes you that even besides the
Right
barbecue.
now I'm
that
an
makes
Astros fan.
oh, we are
Yeah.
too. That's
Hold
us
on,
too.
well,
Hey, this is a good episode, huh?
Hey, I think we're win-win here.
What do you have?
Oh, Austin.
Real quick.
Austin.
So
Austin.
one thing I want to say about the Astros right now is that we have the way they are right now. They have the best pitching staff I've
Oh, yeah.
seen in
Solid.
years.
Yeah.
I mean,
Solid. Dude.
Justin Verlander, he's good at it.
Is he gonna win the Cy Young?
He might.
Hey, remember that? That's my man crush right there.
He's all in it. He's a
Well, so
Kate Upton.
and then I'm
Kate
kind
Upton.
of glad that the Astros brought up Hunter Brown because he has the same pitching style as Justin Verlander,
Yeah.
Right
which
on.
is crazy.
Crossing up.
So
19 innings.
No, dude, that was a hell of a game.
18 innings,
Yeah,
yeah.
a hell of a game, dude.
Hey, so Hunter Brown, his idol was Justin Verlander growing
of
up
course it was.
because he's a Detroit kid. So
Mm-hmm.
Keith, anything else before we go?
No, we're good. Astros, we're gonna hopefully Astros go all the way, and we get this World Series, and we get those trash cans going. Let's get them trash cans hot. Let's get them going. Let's get them pounding away. Let's win. Let's get the Bad News Bears back in here in the fucking Astrodome. Let's win. Bad News Bears. Let's go, man. Kelly League. You had all these kids. You had fucking I forget what his name was.
That Astrodome.
The
you
Astrodome.
said.
Let the kids play. Let the kids play. Let the kids play.
Hey, Keith's cut off.
Hey, no. If you know, you know. If you know, you're in this, man. You know.
Yeah.
Guys, thank you so much again. If you guys,
Pleasure.
social media, I'm sure Tejas on Instagram.
Yep.
Tejas on
Tejas
Facebook.
chocolate.
Yes, Tejas on Tejas Chocolate. Austin, you on Instagram and all that good stuff? You on the social medias?
I am. I'm on Instagram.
Yeah.
Barbecue Yeti.
Okay,
on
yeah, that's
Instagram.
right. Barbecue Yeti. I
I,
remember
also-
that.
I have my own page, Scott Moore Jr. at
Scott Moore Jr. Yes,
Everybody
sir.
check
Yes,
those
sir.
out.
This is awesome, dude.
Johnny, anything else before we go?
No, I'm
We're good to go?
Great time.
Great
Yeah,
time.
that's
That's good, man.
fantastic. Anything you guys want to add before we?
Anything else?
All I want to say is Keith, thanks for
No, dude.
thanks
Thank
for
you.
letting us come
No,
on,
no,
man.
no,
This
no.
is
Thank
great.
you guys.
We did this, and
No. Thank you for making time
Yeah.
for us, man. Thank you for this. It means the world to us, man. Next time you guys want to do this again, and we talk about those.
Let's do it again, man.
No,
gotta
I want
do
to
it
sit down.
again.
I want to sit down again when we have those.
Let's get you guys in the studio. We'll
No,
get you
yeah,
guys
yeah.
out
and
to,
also when we
out to
have
studio.
the tamales.
Tamales. It's coming.
Hey,
It's
the
coming.
Tamales coming. When that happens, let's talk again.
Chili relleno sausage.
We'll have
tamales.
beers on us. We'll have beers on us, and we'll do this.
Yeah.
We'll do this in
Right
the
on.
studio.
Yes.
Do
In
it.
the studio. Thank you guys so
All
much.
right,
Thank you,
guys.
Scott. Thank you, Scott.
This has been episode 30 of the 52 podcast. We'll check you next time. Adios.
I was just in my office and I heard a ruckus.